Two fun friends diving deep into conversations where nothing is taboo. They believe in eating dessert before dinner and wearing the bikini. They're allergic to labels, authority, and cheap shoes. Currently, they're launching themselves through life being the good time, bold enough to take risks and inquisitively asking, what's next? They hail from New Hampshire, but they could be anywhere dressed in cute clothes. If they had to share a tombstone, it would read, "Curiosity killed these cats." Your hosts, Lisa and Robin on the mic.
Welcome back to the second hour of Lisa and Robin on the mic. You are listening on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. You can watch, stream, and listen on WSMN.live, as well as YouTube. And we are always up on iHeartRadio and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the places you find your favorite podcasts. All your podcast places. So I wanted to tell you that at the only reason why I even tuned into that episode with that guy, Adam Lane Smith, was he was saying that everyone's nervous systems are fried.
Oh, I believe that.
And I was like, yes. So that's how I started listening to the conversation. And then I was like, I'm not taking a quiz.
So why does he say that? Like, well, I mean, unless you're like Buddha.
Right.
I think you have to stay in Zen all the time.
Right. Or be able to get back there.
Yeah.
So I had a headache a couple of weeks ago, and I had to pick up my nephews. And I knew I looked like I had a headache. Yeah, I looked like I didn't feel well. And I didn't want one of the moms reporting to my sister-in-law that I looked terrible, right, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was like, I'm having a wicked headache. And she like lifts up her glasses, and she's looking at me, and she's like, yeah, your eyes look like sunken in almost.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
When you don't feel good.
I'm like, this is coming on like a migraine.
Yeah.
And then she was like, maybe it's the weather. And she's like, maybe it's the pollen. Like, we're kind of going back and forth about all of the problems that it could be. I'm like, I'm such a delicate
flower. Is this in
flower.
the pickup line?
Yes, this is the pickup line. I'm like, I'm such a delicate flower. If any part of a routine goes off during the day, I could be sidelined. Yeah. And that is kind of true. I think about when I'm feeling wobbly is the word I'll use. Mm-hmm. It's like, did I sleep well? Do I have enough water? Have I eaten? I'm always almost a 4-year-old. Like, if a tantrum's going to come, it's going to be in that, okay, well, she's tired, she's hungry, she's
Don't do
thirsty.
anything when you're hungry, angry, I forgot, tired.
But, like, aren't we all, and to prove that guy's point that our nervous systems are shot, aren't we always a little tired, a little hungry, a little overworked, a little underpaid, under a little this, little that, little this.
I forgot what it was. I'll have to look it up. I don't want to do it right now. Tired. It's tired, angry, hungry. I thought it was lonely in there, alone or something like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, anxious. Yeah. What would life look like if we actually got up in the mornings and think about solely taking care of our nervous systems?
Right. And how do you take care of your nervous system? Like, what is something like deep breath is part of it. Exercise is part of it. Sunlight is part of it. Feeling like an Andrew Huberman podcast here for a second.
The mindset, yes. Your mindset, just being like your belief system, you're not allowing.
Is prayer in there? Like some form of meditation,
even gratitudes. I would think that, but if you're just constantly checking in on yourself and being like, hey, why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling nervous? Like, hey, let's just take that down,
And I think breath is the first thing.
Yes.
So because I think we probably hold our breath or shallow breathe. Because even sitting makes you shallow breathe because you can't get into your diaphragm. Because when we sit, we sort of curl like a shrimp instead of...
And I know when I'm anxious. I know when I'm anxious. So I think probably one of my I would be stronger in the anxious attachment styles because I like peace. Mm-hmm. And so when my harmony is disrupted, it makes me feel anxious. So I like to, control my environment as much as I can. Mm-hmm. So if that's out of whack. Because I don't like the unknown. I think a lot of people don't like the unknown. But I think I have that anxious. So I don't want to be anxious. So I think that's why
And it's so interesting because even the people who are like, no, I'm not afraid of the unknown because they think they know what the future looks like. it can change in a moment. You can get into a car accident. Like my aunt's got into a car accident. They've never been physically the same after that car accident. You know, anything could happen, you know, health-wise, or a new baby's born, or somebody dies, or you lose a job, or you gain a job. It's so hard to have a predictable future to the best of, you know, even though we all want that.
So I think that's why it's so important, because you said something the other day, and it reminded me, you know, when you're living in the past, you know, you should be looking forward, you know, to your future. You can't predict what the future's going to be. And getting so far ahead about you don't know what's going to come. It's forcing you not to live in the past. It's like, it's heal from your trauma, and choose today. Choose today who you want to be, and look forward, not behind you.
Yeah, because even if you think of, like, I don't have a running practice anymore because I broke my foot. My foot's never really quite the same. And I do talk about my past, like that running part of myself, but at least now I'm roller skating and walking, and I still do have an exercise practice.
Yeah,
for
you
my
have an
future.
exercise practice, but it doesn't have to be running anymore.
Right.
But you're not, you know, we spend so much time either trying to run from our past and plan for our future that we don't live in the present. And so that's why I was like, what if we actually got up in the morning and think about how we're going to take care of our nervous system? Like, being intentional about focusing on mind, body, and spirit. So whatever that is for anybody. I know, like, getting into gratitude, it's actually moving, and I move better, or I work through my energy when I'm moving. It's better when I'm outside. Like yesterday, I was running around all day. It was kind of so I must have walked the outlets 4 or 5 times. I went in every store looking for the perfect shoe that I could wear for a golf shoe. And then I ended up running over to the mall, and I felt like I'd been on my feet moving all day.
Yes.
But I didn't feel like I had any exercise.
Right.
So
did you not get the benefit of removing the anxious part of, like, do you get rid of anxiousness when you exercise?
I do.
I do too.
And so when I got home, Chris was like, "Hey, do you want to go golfing this afternoon? We could do at 3:30." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna go outside real quick, and I'm gonna blow some of the leaves." So, you know, I spent 30 minutes with the backpack blower, you know, cleaning off, and to me, like, I'm making it pretty, but I feel like that's a little bit more physical, intentional, because my body is tired, even though, you know, that thing weighs like half my weight.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So you're rucking, your equivalent of rucking.
So I was moving all day, but it was a specific type of movement that didn't allow me to release that energy. Well, that was we went down a bunny trail, but
Right. But
it's mind, body, and spirit is taking care of those.
So in the nervous system, I have been really anxiously avoiding the news.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so much bad news. You know, think of what happened to Nashua a few weeks ago. Think of what happened, you know, to Charlie Kirk. And just like there's just so much, you know, then there's the anniversary of October 7th. And and there's 9/11 anniversaries. And there's just so much bad news that I've really made an effort. Like, I've got to kind of contain what's coming in to kind of keep my mood elevated.
I think you do have to regulate it too. And, you know, with FAA, you know, the regulations, like, I didn't even want to look. I feel like there's just reasons I want to avoid. I want to avoid the news.
Yeah.
Like, how much of it do you really need to know?
Well, how much am I controlling?
Right.
So that I can, you know. But my point was, I was standing in the line at the bank, and they had this television, and then they just started putting stuff up, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, at the gas station, I'm filling up, and they have the news on there. And it's like, I was at a doctor's office. Why would you put the news in the waiting room of a doctor's office? Aren't we anxious enough?
Right.
Can't you put on the cooking channel or
I love when you go
HGTV?
Yes. So the nail salon that I go to, they always have like some feel-good girl movie, like rom-com on, and you just kind of you can't hear it, but it's, you know, you can read the subtitles, and it's just kind of like, it's peaceful, it's calm, it's funny, you know, there might be a little bit of sad here or there, but I don't Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like going into places and
Well,
seeing
I
the
just
news.
was like, wow, we have kind of, and I just think it's funny to put at a doctor's office. You're awaiting the news from your brain scan
right.
to the awful news of the day.
And here we are at the top of the hour. Let's tell you all the trauma that's going on around the world.
'Cause- in case you missed it.
Right. In case you missed it.
In
Yes.
case you're avoiding it elsewhere.
I mean, I do think that there is some value.
But I do think
in-
that
in-
really distresses my nervous system because there's all these problems that I know about, but that I can't
Yeah.
fix, or
Yeah.
they just make me anxious.
So what I wrote down for here's like ways that we can here's ways that we self-sabotage. What we did: overcommitment, imposter syndrome.
So let's talk about
perfectionism.
overcommitment. I love an over.
Yeah,
I'm
overcommitment.
I love overcommitting.
See, that's self-sabotaging.
Now that I know that it's that.
Unrealistic expectations. It sounds good.
Yeah, that's your perfectionism. You want it to be perfect.
Yeah. But I think that's also too overcommitting is you want to please and you want to be a helper. You want to get things.
I overestimate my abilities.
Yeah.
I'm always overestimating my
The
abilities.
timing. Well, because I think you generally do want to help everybody.
I do.
You're like, I want to do it all.
Your problems are so much more interesting than mine.
Yes. Aren't they
I'll fix
all?
yours.
Yes.
I'll fix yours. What do you need? let's dive down this one.
I have the perfect antidote for that one. Yes. So what do you want to like overcommitment?
Yeah, I just think, and this is funny too, because as I'm older, I have another thing going on because my energy level is not, the energy level in my head is the energy level of my 20s and my 30s.
Yes.
It's not of
Yeah.
my 40s and 50s.
Yes.
So my energy level is, yes, something Friday night, something Saturday, something Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, boat and hiking and
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, why did we say we would do that? I'm already so tired. I'm already so tired. Like even the fun stuff, like
Yes.
overcommitting to fun stuff.
Yes.
And I wanted to do a girls' day on the boat, and I wanted to do, clients on the boat.
Yeah.
And you're like, when am I fitting all this in?
You're just thinking about fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's my overcommitment piece.
But I also think there's something very beautiful about it because yes, we're in our 50s, but I feel like on any given day I'm somewhere between 12 and 32.
yes.
And then your body's like, "What?" And I'm still in that resistance. I'm still in that denial phase of, "Yeah, you can't do that as much as you do anymore." Cuz I had said to somebody, they're like, "Oh, how was your day? What'd you do today?" And I'm like, "Well, I rollerbladed for like an hour with my best friend, and then I ran around, did some errands, and then we ended up playing golf, and then I forgot what I."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "And just working in the yard a little bit." And he's like, "How old are you?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Because that's like a week's worth of work in someone's
Right.
world. Yeah.
and I'm like, you don't think about, you don't think about a 50-year-old rollerblading with their bestie.
Right. Right. So I found something online that, it was a food podcast. And they had a woman who, I think the name of her book is New England Brunch. So I was like, oh, she's from New England. She's got New England Brunch. Let me look at her thing. I'll check out her cookbook online. And she was roller skating on her birthday. And I'm like, and then she had a cat. And then she had a cookbook. And I'm like, I think we're best friends.
Oh, it's my people.
Liking you, follow. Heart, 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 like.
I love it. Yes.
And I'm like, oh, here's another 50-something-year-old woman roller skating.
See, I don't want to be, to me, I feel like I don't want to have limiting mindset. I don't want to have limiting beliefs about I can't do something. And I think that's sometimes where I get in it myself, feeling like I've overcommitted.
Right.
Yeah. Because I just feel like my body doesn't bounce back the same way it does. Or you're like, oh, man, why did I say I was going to do that?
Well, like hiking, I'm like, I felt going up the hike that I was just going upstairs. It was a very,
Yeah.
it felt like I kept stepping on a tree root, and I
Yeah.
even said, I think this feels like the Stairmaster instead of the treadmill. And they were like, definitely.
Wait,
And
there's no paved path?
And So I said, I'm probably going to feel that the next day.
Mm.
My calves were tight, but I didn't.
Mm.
And so it was only 4 miles. It was like 3.7 miles of a hike. And it's
Oh,
not that
yeah.
much elevation. It's like 1,700 feet.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, I almost had that it was going to be worse than it was. And I was pleasantly surprised when I woke up. And I'm like, or I am working out enough that
yeah.
my legs are like, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
I mean, you think about, roller skating for an hour, even though it doesn't feel like work, your body
Yes.
is, you're using your muscles a
Yes.
lot.
Yes.
And you're using your core.
Yes.
So burning a lot of energy. I love it.
Yeah. I haven't worn my watch in a rollerblade in a while to see. 'Cause it's usually like 600 and something calories.
Yeah.
Which is the same as a
yeah.
6-mile run for me. And this is so much more pleasurable.
I feel like a 6-mile run would be just hard on your body, but yeah. We had rollerbladed, and then we went and went bike riding, and I'm like, I am pretty proud of myself that I can, I can rollerblade for an hour, and then I come home and can knock out 17 miles with my son.
That's
and then
awesome.
Go play golf.
That is awesome.
I feel.
But
good.
did you
like,
sleep that night?
I did.
imagine you would have slept like the
I did.
dead.
I did. I did sleep pretty good.
And so that to me is always, when we're talking about self-sabotaging and doing and everything, if I don't, and when I was saying that thing about the headache, if I don't start out at least with a decent amount of sleep, some decent food, actually nutritious food,
Right.
Some kind of exercise in there and some kind of sunlight, I'm the chance of me going off the rails
Right.
is exponentially higher. Than if
I
those
think
4
everybody.
things happen.
I think that's true. Yeah, I think it's true.
But
for
how many
everybody.
people don't exercise every day, don't get sunlight every day, don't eat nutritious food,
Right.
and don't sleep well?
One of these things that when
It's like the hierarchy of needs. It's the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah. Well, I always love looking at houses, and what just cannot fathom. There's a house on our road. We've lived there for 4 years now. I've never seen their curtains open in their front. I'm like, I could not live. Our neighbor at our old house, her curtains were always shut. And I'm like, I can't fathom that. What type of person lives in there? And I'm like, you're so judgy, Robin.
I'm wicked judgy.
But I can't understand, like, why? How could you block out light like that? I need light.
You're living in a cave.
I even avoid the front of the house in the afternoon because it's darker, because the sun is always in the backside, and so I always stay in the rooms.
Yeah, you're like the cat following the sun throughout the house.
My office always stays somewhat shaded, but I still have it. But I like when I go in there, I can turn the lights on. It makes it feel warm and cozy, but it's not a place I would choose to hang out in.
Because of the light.
All the places I hang out in, it's always light. But I would feel like a prisoner. I would feel like a prisoner if I had my curtains closed.
If I lived with all the curtains closed, I would be depressed in under a week.
I just don't even know. I can't even wrap my head around it.
I have a light. For those of you who suffer from seasonal affective disorder, I have a light. It's from Canada. It mimics UV light, and starting in October, you start 10 minutes a day, then you go to 15 minutes a day. By November, you're a half an hour in the morning, so that if you can't get sunlight in the morning, you turn this on.
Yeah.
So, yesterday's rainy in the morning. Turn on the light. Because my whole circadian rhythm goes out the window. So if you were to put me in when people are sick and they keep everything closed so you can sleep.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but
no.
I get thrown really easy off of that. And for the first couple of years we lived in the house, we didn't have a lot of curtains up because with the trees, you can't really see into the house. And this woman came over our house. We snowmobiled with her. And it was her first time in my home. And she goes, I could never live here. What? You need to cover all these windows. And I'm like, she goes, there are so many windows in the house. I'm like, that's why I like this house.
Right.
Like, because of all the windows.
Yeah.
When I look at little buildings that they just have like capes.
Yeah.
I don't like a cape or a split entry because they have these teeny tiny windows. It's like you get zero sunlight in the house.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. And I couldn't imagine just people why.
But there are people
Did you open it during the day? Are you so afraid somebody's going to see in?
No, they don't like the light. There are people who don't like light.
Oh,
and that's
God.
what that woman was saying. She was like, this I would never be able to be comfortable in your home because there's too much light in your home. I would put blackout curtains all over all of these windows. I'm like, are you living in a cave? Are you a bat? Are you out of your mind?
I love seeing outside. But I am,
We're the outdoor flower.
Yes. I'm the hothouse flower.
We are both hothouse flowers. I'm a hothouse orchid.
Yes.
I need everything to be perfect in order to thrive.
Yes. So the other night I was.
So everything's a self-sabotage.
Yeah. So
the
other
curtains
night
are a sabotage.
the other night the boys were watching this show called Outlast, and they go up to like the Pacific Northwest somewhere, British Columbia or something, and they're living outside. And it's cold.
Yeah, I don't want to live outside either, though.
You can, for a chance to win $1 million, and you have to, there was like this. So it's, I don't know how many groups, 4 groups of like 4 people, 5 people. There's usually like 1 or 2 women, 2 guys, 3 guys in the group. And the only rule is that you have to be on a team. So you can jump teams. Like they set you up they already
segmented you into
your own team, but then you can actually leave, and if another team accepts you, but you're supposed to make it to the end with a team, which is even just 2 people. It usually ends up being 2 people. There's this one lady on there, and she's and like she just doesn't look outdoorsy at all. She's a data analyst. And I was like, why would you, somebody that spends all their time like
on the computer,
information on the computer, sitting down, a sedate, like why would you want to go test yourself outside in cold weather?
She probably is doing it because she's
right. And that she's like,
it's her misogi.
My son's like, they want to test their abilities. And I'm like, can't you do something? Why would you want to test your abilities? Would you ever want to test your abilities? Like, hey, I'm going to go up in the cold and have to fight for my food and my...
Yeah, I'm not a game show person like that.
In my house, but just even for fun.
Well, I kind of do misogis, which are like physical challenges.
Yeah, but you don't camp.
No, I don't camp.
Yeah, you'd have to build your own fort.
I'm not doing anything which requires me to live outside. I'm a realtor. I love houses. Okay, my entire profession is I want to live in all the houses that are beautiful.
Like, talk about self-sabotage.
I want to decorate all the houses that are beautiful. I want to feng shui all the houses that are beautiful. So
I feel like
no,
what?
I'm not.
Just said they want to test their abilities, and I'm like, why? Do you think that we're going to go back to that? Like, you think we're going to lose all of our buildings and, like, all of our cars and, like, all of our ability to have
Which is kind
food?
of that
We're going to have to go live in the woods? Like, I don't ever want to test my ability that way.
I don't even like the shows, like, Zombie Apocalypse. What's that one called? Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
So I got 1 season. I'm like, okay, 1 season. That's it. Sons of Anarchy, which is not dystopian, but I had 1 season for that one, too. But my point about the Walking Dead one is it's the dystopian end of the world. How are we all making our way? I'm not interested. I do not want to. It's bad enough that I was hiding under a desk when I was 8, thinking that this is the adults are telling us that if a nuclear bomb, which they show you a video, they show you it obliterated Japan, just obliterated. And you think this wooden desk in my second grade is going to keep me safe? You're all a bunch of liars.
And the door doesn't even lock.
You're all a bunch of liars. You didn't make me feel safe. You don't like... I want to be as close to the blast as possible.
This desk is going to save me from the roof falling in on my head, or I'm not just going to be blown to dust.
And then you're like, I don't even trust these people.
I'm like, I will figure it out. I don't want to role play. I don't want to test my abilities ahead of time. I don't want to see if I can live outside. Like, I could actually do it right now if I wanted to.
I do not want to live outside.
I'm not going to come in tonight.
I am breaking into some building and I'm living in it. So no matter what happens in our dystopian universe, Lisa's going to be in a building. She's probably going to be some windows so she can see out. It's going to be so that on a hill so she can look down on you, like to see if you could come up or not.
Right. I feel like that's part of your challenge. Is like, I'm going to go. Well,
I'm inside. How do I get inside?
Sleep in the pool shed.
How do I get inside?
That guy's got a barn.
Yeah, how do I get inside? Yes. That's going to be the entire show. How do I get inside? I'm like the outdoor cat that's constantly like going to various houses. Hey, can I come inside?
I don't want to figure out my food. I mean, they're eating like, snails and stuff like that. And I'm like, I would die because they boil them in water and it's just like you're just pulling them out of their shells, or you're eating like squirrel. And I don't know if I could do it.
Well, you'd have to because you didn't want to die. And you'd be starving enough at some point anything would taste good. So that's my theory about...
I just don't know if I actually have the courage to like kill the animal
well, hopefully,
and then skin it.
That's why right away I would turn into like I need to be near a stream or a lake.
Yeah,
I can kill fish all day. I can kill fish. But if I had a chicken, I wouldn't want to kill the chicken. I would want its eggs. Like I would, let's not get to that point.
Yeah.
Let's not get to that point. We've made it all this way.
Right.
We're almost on another planet, colonizing another planet. Keep it together. Keep this planet together. Keep it together. Keep us inside. Keep the supermarkets up.
I do think, I think there's a good thing. Like, if the apocalypse happened, a prison would be a good place to be. Because the fence.
Yeah.
It's the fence, the security.
Ugly building. I wouldn't be able to do it. Never near a stream or a lake.
Definitely, but you could get the office quarters. You don't have to be in the jail cell. But even thinking behind those bars,
building.
that could keep,
It's very drab there.
Well,
it's very gray.
Well, we'll have to do some research.
For good-looking prisons?
Well, I'm sure they have. Don't they have, like, white-collar prisons?
I don't know.
Don't they have, like, for corporate criminals?
I think they go to prison, though. Like, when people say stuff like that, it's like, you never want to be in prison.
No, I don't ever want to be in prison.
No.
No, but if the apocalypse came, I just might have to rethink it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that's a good... It's already fortified.
I would be on a houseboat on a lake in the middle. Good luck trying to catch me.
Not on a lake. Maybe the ocean.
Maybe the ocean. But lakes, if you can find one with food.
True. A lake, actually a lake would be.
Because you can be in the middle of the water and you can be on a boat, so you're technically underneath, right? You're stealing a boat.
Right.
You're stealing a boat with a
bathroom.
bathroom.
If they can't swim.
But even if they swim to you, you're going to hear them splashing about. They're not all going to be
Not
Navy SEALs to attach
when
you.
you're sleeping.
Someone's going to stay guard.
Might just, sneak up in the dark water.
How many? Well, the Navy
Climb
SEALs will
aboard.
probably make it.
Or a big enough boat that it's tall enough that you can't climb into, and you can raise the ladder. So, we're talking about now it has to be like yacht size.
Yeah, of course it's yacht size.
Yeah.
If you're stealing a boat, you're stealing a yacht. My God, don't be ridiculous.
I didn't know we were stealing. I didn't know we were stealing.
It's apocalypse. No one's going to give us the,
You're right.
the chance of this yacht owner coming to this
I
yacht
think
in
they
the
did
apocalypse.
A season on that too.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so. They were somewhat on the water, or it might have been a spin-off of that, but I didn't watch it. I was like, this is because now the zombies have somehow gotten smarter. Like now they run faster, and now they can strategize.
So I did like World War Z. I did like that. To me, any kind of not zombie
apocalypse kind of.
No, maybe it is. No, what is what
Doomsday?
Are all the dead people in Walking Dead? What are they? They're zombies.
Zombies. Yeah.
Okay, but I think that's a cannibalism fear.
Mm.
So back in the day, cannibalism. I'm sure in some culture it's still a thing somewhere, some primitive culture. But they eat people, right? And I think that's our fear of we don't want to be eaten.
Mm.
So I think ultimately that a real apocalypse is going to be, remember when we were in COVID and there was no toilet paper? People were crying in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to make it that far. A lot of group of people are just going to, we'll have a boat. We'll be on the yacht.
People
I don't know where we're getting the gas for it.
Towels.
Right. We're going to have to just float in the middle.
Yeah.
Fish. So back to the what am I killing? I'm not probably killing.
You could take your chances and go, but you're gonna have to go forage. It's you're gonna have to go to the day. So what do? Do you drive the yacht in as close as you can go and take your dinghy in? Because you're gonna have to go get food. So you're gonna have to break into houses.
Well, you can eat fish for a while. And then let everyone kill each other out here, and then there's going to be only so many left.
The thing is, how come the dogs and animals and all that stuff didn't get contaminated? How come they didn't have the zombie animals?
Because they were all eaten, I think.
What about fish? if it's a virus,
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
premise was it was like a virus.
I really wasn't even that into
I
that
don't know
show.
either.
I
But
apologize for
even
bringing
the
it up.
zombie, even Doomsday or World War Z, and
Yeah, that was a virus. That was
yeah, I
definitely
think
a
they
virus.
all started kind
Yes.
of like some kind of virus,
Almost like a rabies.
right? Well, how come it didn't affect like the animals, the fish?
Maybe it did.
Maybe it did.
Well, stuff for biology, animals didn't get COVID, did they?
I don't think
Animals can't get meningitis. Animals can't get,
There's some other things they can't get. I don't think they can get the flu either.
like, I know bird flu goes to our direction, but
They don't get sick from it.
I don't know. Well, I know that they just wiped out all those chickens because of bird flu last year.
Oh,
That's why eggs were like $25.
they got contaminated or
Yes.
something. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
can they can carry
So
some.
I'm not a great dystopian girl. I'm not a good apocalypse girl.
But did they get sick or did they actually just carriers for it?
I have no idea. I
So
tried
say
not to watch
animals
the
can be
news about it.
carriers.
Tried not to watch the news. Trying not to be informed or educated on that
See how we're
stuff.
procrastinating about talking about self-sabotage.
Yeah, we did. We were supposed to talk about that. Okay, so we talked about
You know,
overcommitting. What
oh,
else?
yeah.
What were
Well,
the other
so
ones?
yeah. Well, imposter syndrome, that fear of not being good enough, perfectionism, procrastination. So in relationships, how we do it, starting fights, projecting insecurities when things are going good. A lot of times, we'll pick a fight with
It's like
somebody.
make the drama.
Right. Refusing commitment,
Mm-hmm.
Abandonment issues, fear of vulnerability or an insecurity that you're going to be, you don't want to commit because you don't want to be left.
Yep.
You don't want to be abandoned.
Yep.
Excessive criticism, finding a reason to leave before you get hurt. Excessive criticism is always just, pushing.
Yeah, so when you're in a new
projecting.
relationship and things are going good and then you're like, oh, well, this can't last, so you pick a fight.
Yeah. Or just a fear that it's not going to last, or like ignoring boundaries. That was allowing yours to be violated. I feel like I try to keep to other people's boundaries. I mean, I feel like I'm trying to be respectful of people's boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
When I get upset, probably not so much.
Mm.
I feel like, but I think that's where I self-sabotage is I allowed my boundaries to be crossed.
I'm a boundary crosser because when people only want to talk on text and I want to talk on the phone, I'll still pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah.
I'm ignoring that boundary.
I know. Because don't text me then do it when I'm working right now.
Right.
I'm like,
That was a really interesting
my
thing.
bad.
So, one of the things, I forget what I was listening to. The person said, they ran a business and they said, "Does your wife text you?" And he said, "No. When I'm at work, she knows. Like, I'm at work. I can't." He goes, "But every night when we come home, we go for a 20-minute walk." So she can download her day the first 10 minutes on the way back. I kind of talk about my day. And if we have a problem, we talk about it on the walk.
oh, that's awesome.
And I
Yeah.
thought that was really
Yeah.
interesting.
Don't bring it home.
And then Michael Esther, who wrote The Comfort Crisis, also said that once a week they go on a really long walk, like 10 miles, and they'll talk about important things that need to be talked about in that conversation. And they were trying to put...
I actually like that idea.
I liked it a lot, too, because one of the things, you're not staring across from each other. Whatever your emotions are feeling, you're on the move, that forward ambulatory piece. You're kind of moving energy around without feeling like
I think absolutely that's a great place to do it.
Yeah, so...
Because I get fidgety. Like if we're having a discussion or something, I don't like to stand still. Or I'll start cleaning something, or I'll start moving, doing something. And
Some people don't even like the direct eye contact.
yeah,
It feels so,
yeah.
not offensive, but it feels so overwhelming that even just like staring across the table to have it with
Direct.
it feels, yeah,
It feels pointed.
or attacking.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I can
side by
understand
side feels
Yeah.
good.
that. I actually like that idea.
So I think you could do it with your kids. I think you
Take
could
it
do
to the road.
Take it on the road. Take it
Yeah.
for a walk.
I love that.
Now we're going
idea.
to see people walking down Nashua yelling at each other. But I thought that was
Next
a
time
really,
you want to have an argument with your spouse, go for a walk.
or anytime you
Hash
have to
it
have
out.
like to talk about something that needs to be talked about, that needs a little bit of back and forth and the deepness, you know, that you can do it in the layers on a walk. I thought that was really interesting.
I love that idea. I love that idea. All right, health and wellness.
I'm ready.
Negative self-talk.
I think I'm kind of good with that now. How are you? Maybe I think I'm too wonderful inside now. I might have gone the other way.
You can never be enough. You can never, 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 never,
I'm
never.
just really wonderful in there now.
No, I was really good about it. But even things like, oh my God, that was so stupid. I find myself saying that because I even was said to you the other day, I don't really actually know that I have, I don't really know where I could self-sabotage. Eating might be one of them. But then I talk about it and I was like, oh, wow, yes, here's this. Here's where here's negative self-talk. I definitely have changed it. But I have found
But I think when it like okay.
I just even looking at the imperfections on my body, if I get out of the shower, if I'm putting lotion on, I'm like, oh, I hate that cellulite, or like, oh, why does my tummy have to look like that, or this, and I'm like, that's
yes.
So I'm not calling myself a name or saying, that's stupid, but I'm like, I worked really hard to change that, and I just found like I've been slipping back into that lately.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Because that's a great conversation about how to love a body that's always changing.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get older.
Yeah.
And I was talking to an aunt, and she's in her 90s, and she was like, I'm doing good for me now. Like she even is understanding that for 90 years old or 91, I'm able to go up and down my stairs because she doesn't live on the first floor. She's able to go. She's still able to do everything she's doing, but things aren't good.
Right.
So then she'll start by saying that, and then she says what she's like, a little bit of her ailments here and there. Where you talk to me, I'm like listing off my doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
Okay, can't do that. Got to stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we all have a hard time adjusting to our new bodies, our different ages.
Think of like a woman, at 13, around there, she's getting a period. So that's a changing body. You got puberty. Then you have possibly pregnancy. You have birth. You have menopause. You have like a woman's body is really.
And they say that, you can tell the signs of a woman aging by like their neck, the skin around their neck, their elbows, their knees, even like your chest and things. Like guys don't have saggy knees. They don't have wrinkly knees.
Guys have saggy tits. What are you talking about?
Well, I said knees, not tits. I mean,
yeah.
No, but like here, like up in here, you can see like this starts to look a little bit older.
I don't think you're looking at men firmly enough, because next time we're at a beach, you're going to take some good look at some men.
Usually they got like a fat roll behind their neck, that
the hot dog package.
Yeah. Hot dogs. Oh my God, I'll never be able to unsee that now.
Sorry.
Dude, that's some kielbasa right there.
But like Tom Papa has a great joke about how women are so insecure, but then there's some guy at the beach and he's got chicken wing arms and he's got, and the way he was describing this, I'm like, I know that guy at the beach, And so I don't think you're giving enough. You're not critically looking at men enough then.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't even know how we got off on that.
Because we were talking about body image.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Negative self-talk. Yeah. See, there you go. Yeah. Or just looking down and being like, man, I don't like the way my knees look. And, like that. Look at all that. When I stand up, it's like I got Shar-Pays up down there.
I don't want you talking about my Robin.
Right. So.
Negatively.
Yes. So learning to change that again. So that was, that's how we, self-medication. We talked about that.
Oh, so let's talk about that a little bit. So, we have the self-sabotaging, I think the chance of you self-sabotaging are when you make a new goal for yourself. So being sober for 30 days for Sober October, for example, that's where the sabotage comes in. It comes in on the new goals.
Yeah.
I mean, it might come in your everyday life, and that's why you're not getting ahead. If you're trying to get ahead.
But then if you're like, so even like overeating and stuff, or even, using food as self-medicating, are you ever asking yourself, why am I doing this to me?
Yes.
Why am I hurting myself? Like, why am I...
Am I eating out of boredom? Am I eating out of anxiousness?
Yes.
What am I...
Why am I making this decision? Like, how many times do we ask ourselves, why am I making this decision?
And a lot of times it's like, well, I want to feel good right now, or I need this right now. And we are always using that impulsivity or that impulse piece to be not uncomfortable at this moment, but we're sacrificing our future for our current discomfort. So if I continue to do that, I'm sacrificing, my jeans aren't going to fit because I'm trying to take care of the discomfort of boredom, or the discomfort of anxiousness, or the discomfort of
stress, lonely,
all the reasons why you
burdened, whatever it is that drives you to that. When you're going to the refrigerator to indulge,
or when you go into the liquor cabinet to pick up a drink, when you're going to smoke a joint,
is this gonna?
When you're doing any of those things, it's, I don't want to not feel
snorting a line of crack.
When you're snorting a line of crack.
Wait, do you snort crack? I don't know.
I forget. No,
we'll go do that.
I think
snort a line of crack.
I think crack is cocaine. It's just in the different form.
Yeah, I think they
crack rocks.
Yeah, there you go. We'll get it. We're not so hip on our drugs.
But whatever you're doing, it's because you are sacrificing your future self for your current discomfort.
Yes.
And nobody wants to be uncomfortable, but we have to get used to, and our lives are so much better now that we're uncomfortable less.
We're not, yes, but we are not what we should be doing, therapy, you can thank me later, is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable and not being like, this is going to pass. I think by taking the drink, snorting the line, smoking your weed, eating the cookies,
right,
anything that you're doing, to sabotage yourself,
right,
and self-medicating, you're only prolonging the problem, and
right,
you're destroying a part of you.
You're destroying your future.
You're not willing to say I love me enough to have, I believe in me. I have confidence in me. I don't need that. And if I can be uncomfortable and allow that moment to pass, you're going to be stronger. You're like stronger 2 minutes after it. And then you're like, oh, it's like when, Ed Milet, his dad was an alcoholic. We talked about that last week. He wrote the book about the power of one more. And that's how his dad stopped drinking. He's like, for today, I'm not going to drink. Just for today.
Yeah, I saw.
And he's like, I think I can go one more day.
I saw this, and I've loved it ever since I saw it. It said, do not trouble yourself with your whole life at once.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about 10 years from now, or 5 years from now, or 1 year from now. If it sucks, just get through today.
Right.
If today sucks, just get through the day.
Right. Right.
And
well, it goes back to, like, you're either living in the past, or you're trying to, you're
control the future.
Control the future, or plan the future, or so project, instead of living in the right now. Because a lot of our discomfort are things that cause us stress and anxiety, are things behind us or in things in front of us, not that's happening right now.
But when we're uncomfortable right now, we look to escape that with distraction.
Yes. With
cookies, with crack rocks. With
yes. Shopping. I mean,
shopping.
People, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely shopping.
So neglect.
So the other day I went to the store because I would have wanted a retail therapy moment.
Yeah.
And I just took pictures of everything I liked.
I love it.
And I didn't buy anything.
Did the lady think, like, she's casing this joint, she's going to come back and steal that later?
Right. I didn't even think of that. I don't think I was around. It was Macy's. It's like the most underutilized store. But like I took pictures of boots I wanted and a sweater I wanted and a dress I wanted. And it's like, I have plenty of dresses. I have plenty of sweaters. I don't need any of the stuff.
I know.
But I wanted it.
I did a little retail hunting yesterday, and I walked into the...
Was it satisfying?
No. I was hoping to find, like, a lot of times, like, when I do retail therapy, I'll just go and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. Like, I walked in at the outlets. I walked into a couple of, it's Bloomingdale's, and is it Saks. And then I think Nordstrom's is at the end. And a lot of times I like going in Nordstrom's. They have these, like, couture, funky, things here and there, and I'm like, oh, I like to go check that out. Like, everything was just very dissatisfying to me, and like I didn't want to be. Then I saw this cute little necklace, and I was like, it's only $20, and I was like, I don't want to spend $20. It's too much.
Right.
And I was like,
right,
because I didn't love it that much, so it was dissatisfying for that point. I was going, but there was a little me of like wanting to nurture myself a little bit by that retail therapy. So I was like,
buy yourself a little treat.
Yes. And I couldn't find anything that I really wanted to spend it on. I was like,
that's kind of interesting. So I wonder if my unbelievable craving for a hamburger was really craving for a hamburger because I have not been doing any retail therapy, and I wanted
a treat.
Or like
you needed some kind of like a reward or a just I don't know, a treat. It's not a reward because you don't have to. I don't think it should be. I think it should just be a treat. I know, I've been seeing them everywhere. All right, so quickly, I just want to go through. Avoidance is one, isolation, fear of judgment, rejection, neglecting self-care.
These are all self-sabotaging things.
And so financially, impulse spending, financial indecision, neglect planning, failure to create effective systems to manage your money better. That's how we avoidance, all those go under.
Avoid looking at your checkbook because you don't like the number in it.
Yeah, so a lot of it said, it's rooted in fear. Is the reasons why we self-sabotage. Fear of failure, fear of success, staying in our safe zone usually comes from low self-esteem, childhood trauma, not a belief in ourselves, imposter syndrome, cognitive dissonance.
So Jen Carey is coming back on our show.
Yes.
On October 30th. That's when she's coming. And I want to talk about dissonance, and I want to talk about coherence. So those are two things I want to talk about.
I have to write that down so we can remember it. Unreasonable expectations, not willing to lay down who or what that doesn't serve, that doesn't nurture or help us to our goals. The other thing is, and I said it the other day, and I wrote it down, you have the life you deserve. We all have a personal responsibility, emphasizing that our choices and actions shape our circumstances. And I was like, wow, that's actually powerful. At least to me, it hit. You look around and like we blame circumstances. We blame outwardly things. My job sucks, or I didn't do this, or I didn't get a college education, or I'm overweight, or I'm all of these things. You actually are living the life that you deserve right now because of your belief system or what you're willing to not do. What you're unwilling to do or what you're willing to do. So just think about it. Our choices and our actions shape us. So we get the life we deserve.
Yeah, I don't think we really understand how we think we don't have a lot of choice. Like when you think, I have to clean my house. And it's like, well, it's a choice to clean your house. And you're like, no, if I don't do it, no one's going to do it. And it's like, yeah, but you could live in a dirty house. People do choose to live in a dirty house. So if you just even change...
With their curtains closed.
With their curtains closed. You know why? Because they don't have to see the dust or the dirt on the floor.
That is true.
Only sunlight shows you that stain of coffee on the rug. When you have no sunlight, you can't see it.
That's true.
Look at, what are we doing?
I just shot them. I'm getting blinds today.
I'm getting some curtains right now. I'm going to go pick a curtains right now. But, I forget what I was even going to say. That's fine. You go on.
We're talking about... No, you were talking... Oh, wait. Why did we do that?
Well, because I was thinking about a coffee stand on the rug.
I was talking about choices.
Oh, choices. So one of the things that even makes your own day better when you're like, I hate going to this job, for example, right? But I have to go to work. Well, you could get another job, and in the meantime, not choosing to show up not angry might make the day a little bit better. You might be better, easier to be around. People might respond to you differently.
If you're nicer, then people might be nicer to you. Yeah. Focus on values. Embracing the journey. Happiness and fulfillment are usually found along the way. When you're embracing just the journey, not the destination. You're so busy trying to make money to retire to do this that you're not enjoying your day.
Right. And I'm a big fan of little wins. I talk about that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you can give yourself as many small wins as possible, your days feel better.
Yes.
Because life has a way of just like wanting to kick you. And especially when you're down.
Yeah.
So you can feel like you're under the gun, under the weather all that time. But if you can make small wins, give yourself small wins, you can start to change that feeling.
Yeah. So I didn't get to the gym. Go for a walk for 10 or 15 minutes. You do something to move your body. And I was just thinking about that when we were talking about how you self-sabotage and, embracing the journey and finding happiness and fulfillment along the way. You know how many times people, like, why do we rob ourselves of happiness or joy? I'll be happy when I retire, or I'll be happy when I lose weight. I'll like myself better when I lose weight, or, I'll do this when the kids are gone, or I'll be happy when I'm in a relationship. Like, why are you always sacrificing happiness?
You're also sacrificing now, whatever you're in now.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I'll be happy when I'm retired, or I'll be happy when I'll do this, and I'll be happy if I'm rich, or I'll be this. Why are you denying it now? It's free.
Right.
It literally is free, and it's at your fingertips. It is in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
It's what you choose. Like, I'm going to take the candy apple instead of the rotten apple.
Right. Right. Choose to be happy all week long.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Positive
you're not
mindset.
hopefully you're not self-sabotaging, but if you are, it's okay. Try again tomorrow. Try again later on today.
Yep.
We hope you enjoyed.
Always get to start anew.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed this Thursday. We love being here with you. If you can, like and subscribe to all of our channels. It makes some kind of difference somewhere, somehow. And you're listening to Lisa and Robin on the mic on WSMN, 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. And you can always watch, stream, and listen on YouTube and WSMN.live. Until next week, have a fantastic time, guys.
WSMN 15.